Oh, okay.
Were you recording? Because that's fantastic.
I was like setting up the tape, and suddenly I look up, and he's like, "Oh."
I was watching that. I'm like, is it going to explode? It was just like, hey, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. Hey guys, it's 420.
Hot blaze it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Jacob's Half-Eaten Hat. Now,
Wait, who ate the hat?
It was me.
oh man,
I'm the murderer. It was Nick and the green room with the mouth.
That seems like you were trying to make that something it was never going to be. So,
Alright.
all right. So, we've got about one slope left in this sand mountain area.
And can we do it? And Rob's got to do this one because it's a sandy time trial.
Is it actually a sandy time trial?
I think so. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong.
If just in case, we'll have Rob. We'll have Rob do the opening.
Oh, sock.
again.
There's a sock down there.
Well,
Down there.
We got 100% the game. We gotta get all the
It's here.
socks.
It's easy to get. You
Well-
might as well.
well, kiss my grits. You're right.
I
Well,
don't like kiss your grits. I don't like grits.
Grits are gross.
they are.
They're nasty.
So anyway,
Insert angry comments. How dare you not eat
We don't
grits?
get comments.
how dare you not kiss his grits?
How are we supposed to get
No,
angry
that's
comments
gonna
if
be
we
our-
don't get comments
No,
at
that's
all?
gonna be our first comment. Like, how dare you not like grits?
We had,
grits are the best food of all time, and you are just haters. Why, you filthy Yankees? Why don't you go? The South will rise again.
Which is hilarious considering how we're technically south of the Mason-Dixon line. That's my reaction too.
Oh, I'm saying it.
They have nothing to say.
Ha 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 ha
Oh well.
ha 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 ha
Could have
ha.
jumped on that trampoline, man.
You could
Got
have
me
jumped
some-
on that trampoline.
I
No.
couldn't. I'm not holding the controller.
Look at you doing short stuff.
Boom.
I think now that we've discovered that, like, because now the the courses are overlapping on top of each other, which, ironically enough, the first one did not do. Now it's, like, easier to cheat the system.
Right.
Which, in some way, means that these later courses are actually easier, because they're easier to game away.
Nope,
No,
I
the
couldn't have done it. I couldn't
trampoline!
have- Nope, I couldn't.
Robert, you have to go to the extreme.
Oh, well, to the extreme. You know, life is as extreme as you want to make it.
Which band was it that soundtracked that episode? Was it Anthrax?
I had no idea.
Well, because I know it was some, like, well-known metal band. It was. I'm thinking it was either Pantera or it was Anthrax.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
They like say it in the opening of the episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like they have the title card and then they say music by whoever.
Get memed
Nice.
on,
I did not
nerd
know that.
lords.
I don't pay
You'll
attention to
never
things.
hit me. Ha! Losers!
I'm disappointed because that would have been the perfect time for it. Oh,
Ha! I am a
Look
genius!
at you, Robert.
I am good at video games!
Look at those reflexes.
Oh, look at my good skill at the video game, ooh. I am the winner!
Yeah.
I am the one who knocks!
it's the same joke twice.
Yes, I did! It's called a callback!
Sure.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, the extreme.
Woo!
I can't wait to see what the time trial is for this.
That's like a minute.
A minute and 2 seconds.
No,
I
Robert.
screwed up.
Oh! Well,
I hit the wall.
That's what I was saying.
I could have made it.
I think it's you.
I could have made it.
That should have counted.
And
I
how-
I don't get how that.
I
is
feel
standing
cheated.
The
on that
king
rock.
has been
I feel
dethroned.
cheated. I feel. No, I did. I screwed up. Again.
That
Yeah,
is
you did.
small
Here
on
we go
you.
again.
See,
Yeah, that
this
was all
is
on me.
now the
I should just
cycle-
kept hovering.
The cycle is repeating itself now, where suddenly the skill has just evaporated.
How the tables have turned.
How the turntables.
How the turns have tabled.
So, speaking of turntables,
Oh, turntables.
yes. So
Or
let me ask you
turntables.
this. I don't know whether or not this is coming out before or after it, but any of you guys hear about this thing called Record Store Day?
No.
Nope.
It is a event that is done every year where a bunch of like big name artists or small name artists will put out exclusive limited edition records and send them only to like independent record stores.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think I have heard of this actually.
No.
Probably from you, I'll be honest.
No, that makes sense. It can be a cool time. I'm not a big fan of the exclusivity of what comes out of those things, because sometimes like they print only so many which get like sent all over the world.
Yeah.
So like if you're like me and you're looking for something and it's really exclusive, like sometimes like a record store will only have like 2 copies.
And then
of course immediately they're running on a first come first served basis.
Right.
So whoever are the first 2 people there get the 2 copies of the most rare thing.
and then everyone else is
And it's like,
effed.
yeah.
And then you can turn around and sell it for hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, I know. On Discogs.com, which is actually, I have to admit, nowadays that's where I do a lot of my record shopping. Because there you're like just getting different editions of records from whoever in the world.
Nice.
It's a really cool thing.
The internet is nice.
Yeah.
Now we gotta do some time trials.
Get a little
Pass, my
And I get a little
time.
pat.
Yeah.
And you get a little.
We really went to the limit on that.
Is that a theory?
It is a theory.
Is that a conspiracy theory?
No.
Okay,
No.
so this is gonna
It's
be.
the truth.
This is gonna sound really cynical, but like I said, the truth sometimes hurts. So I've been paying a lot of attention recently to Matt Pat, as he has been freaking out about his MCN,
What's
I've
that?
heard
multi-channel network,
Okay.
because he was signed to that one.
Machinima?
No, not Machinima. Though they also shut down.
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah,
gone.
they did.
He
Yeah, they
was
did.
signed to whatever company owned Smosh and a bunch of other people.
Oh, those guys.
Yeah.
I know which one you're talking about.
Oh,
I can't-
Defy Media. He was
Oh, yeah,
he
yeah.
was signed with them, and then he's like, "Well, I haven't been getting my money, and I'm just shocked because like I knew people in this organization, and now they're like frozen up all the money that should have been going to me in the first place in a bank receiver thing." To which I watched these videos, and I'm like, "Okay, sympathy." But why at any point did you think that you could trust a multi-channel network whose job is literally to like be the mediator of your money?
Yeah.
Why did you think at any point that a big business corporation was going to be looking after your best interest?
I was about to say, I remember Smosh like had a lot of problems with them, and
Uh-oh.
like I'm pretty sure it's Anthony who said like if we were to do it again, we would not sign up with them. Like it was not worth it.
You know-
Well, I'm going to get back to that,
Sounds
but
like
I
you need
don't
better
understand
lawyers.
why they just played a triumphant horn sound. effect.
Right? He's like, hey, you lost.
That was
Good
the-
job.
But yeah, I mean, like literally in all of my research I've seen of all these YouTube personalities signing with big networks, inevitably there comes a point where the network like screws them over, like any Hollywood company is apt to do,
Yeah.
and they're always so surprised. And I'm like, if you knew anything about show business or the history of show business, you would recognize that this is like industry standard, and everyone signs contracts that they don't read because they're so they're so naive and young.
They,
like,
they look at the
wow,
numbers.
I have
We're
never
like-
signed a contract that I have not read.
yeah.
That
Well,
that's stupid.
like, I mean, I don't want to like
That's
potentially.
twice, Jacob.
That is twice. I'm just not gonna jump for that trampoline anymore. Like, I don't want to be like the kind of person to say, but like, for example, like if, and I don't want to be the sticky wheel here, but like, say for example, if an MCM came to our channel once we started getting traction, and they're like, hey, sign with us and we'll get you all this stuff, right? Like, it's not my decision in the end; it's up to Nick. But like, I would be hesitant to signing away.
Oh, I agree.
That's when you get lawyers involved. You're like, hey, can you read this? Make sure I don't get screwed.
Oh yeah, totally. Because I mean, when you think about it, the whole multi-channel network system to me is like, okay, so you essentially sign up for a company and you make videos for the company, and their job really is just to like be the kind of person to deal with YouTube, the company.
Right.
Yep.
They did the business aspect,
They
but
do
then
the business
they
aspect
handle all the
and
money.
you can handle, yeah. But then the thing is that they are getting money for your artistry.
I mean, like, you look at any other thing in the media, and of course they go through, like, different studios, just people to handle the legal junk. Or you just get your own personal lawyers who actually know what they're doing.
And the trick is, too, is that you have to be careful with the lawyers anyway, because they are also out for money.
Right.
I mean,
It's like-
lawyers are soul-sucking. That's kind of a rule of thumb.
it's not all lawyers
They're
are
not
like
all-
that,
they're-
but
they're-
you do have to be careful.
There are a few mentions within the industry that are like actually out for the artist's better interests.
Right.
But they are very few and far between.
Right.
And
I don't know. I don't really have enough information about the lawyers or the networks in the system to really make unbiased judgments based on it. I just know that the rumors really make me hesitant to trust them.
Well, the thing about like selling your name or your channel to another company
Yeah, they
is
own the
you
rights.
don't own it anymore.
Yeah, they own the
tell
rights
you what
to
to
it.
do. If you don't want to do that, well then tough luck. They own you now.
Wait, that was not a death.
No, it wasn't.
Well, I don't think you're going to make it anyway.
No, it wasn't. But I do agree with you there. I mean, it's like one of those things, like, the minute you've sort of made that deal and you've signed on the dotted line, like, at that point you said, well, I've given my intellectual property over to you. And
Right.
then what's killer is that if you want to leave, then they go, okay, you can leave, but we're taking your thing.
You're right. Like
Yeah,
you're left
you
with
no
nothing.
longer own your channel.
Exactly.
So
Your
then all the
entire
the thing that you put all your time and effort into for however many years of your life
your
is no longer
persona, your
yours.
entire, just everything you've worked to build.
I'm always very, like, suspicious of that. Every time a channel I like signs with an MCN, I'm always like,
Just be careful.
just be careful. And yeah, I always have a two-pronged thing. I'm like, well, we'll see how this works out for you. And then I'm also like, well, we'll see how this works out with your connection to the audience.
Right.
I feel like I'm just, since I'm a very chaotic personality, I feel like that's, shut up. You all know this by now.
Anyway.
But since I'm a very chaotic personality, I feel like I just wouldn't really be into the idea of having someone say, hey, yeah, sign on this dotted line, we'll take care of everything, but we own you now.
Right.
I couldn't do that.
And you can understand with these channels, it's like someone comes up to you, they're extremely charismatic, they're like, oh yeah, like we'll get you all these numbers, like all this money, like they see the numbers, they see the popularity, they see the money, and I think that's great. Like that's really overwhelming. There's a lot of business stuff that they have to take care of, that now that's taken off their shoulders so they can focus on the things they do want to do, like the creative stuff and like
But
focusing
then
on the
they get
channel.
taken advantage
But
of.
then they get taken advantage
And
of.
you
So
think of this too, the thing that annoys me more than anything is when it then starts affecting the actual work, and then you start seeing people make things that they actually don't want to make.
Exactly, 'cause then
but
once
they're
again these
being
companies-
told by their MCN or their management team or their agents, hey, you'll make so and so if you do this branded deal and this concept, and if you make enough of these. I mean, I
Right.
think Donkey made a video on that once where he he was, I think,
he did.
for a hot second he was like signed to Maker, but before like Disney like bought them
Right.
out and literally like stole everything that made it like worth being signed to them. And it was like he was doing that thing like in 2014, I want to say, when it was like all those creators were doing like the Xbox Live Arcade Summer deals thing. He did like one video and he did it his way, and he called out the whole phoniness of it, and they immediately fired him and like, took all the money.
yeah.
Jesus.
Well, that's what happens. You don't do it right. And I'm sure there are actual companies that are good, and like I'm sure there's a lot of YouTubers who like are part of this, and like they found something that works for them and it's mutually beneficial. But I feel like it's a hornet's nest. You just gotta be very careful with what you do.
It always has been.
I feel like the
since
one
the
company-
beginning of all business.
I feel like the one company that you don't really hear anything about, and maybe that's a good thing.
I was about to say it's probably a good thing.
Yeah, is Polaris. Polaris still seems to be going fairly strong.
No, really?
I mean, I haven't heard anything. Do you have more information for me?
It was, to my understanding, that Polaris was bought out by Maker. And
Was
then,
it?
Yeah, and then...
That's probably why you haven't heard anything.
Yeah. Like,
No, that makes sense.
It might just be like Maker or Disney now owns them, so it's still a company. Well, quote unquote, it's still a name, but then it's under the umbrella of Disney.
Yeah, the umbrella of Disney.
I mean, quite frankly,
Some
what I've been
Resident Evil
seeing
thing.
is that...
More like satellite that covers half the planet.
Well, I mean, like, the thing that I've been seeing more so is that now a lot of people are just signing directly with agents. Because I think,
Right.
like, for example, I think Markiplier was signed to Polaris and then was signed to Maker and then he left too. Mm-hmm. And now just has his own agent who gets him on to, like, Larry King.
Right.
Which every time I see it, I mean, no shade against Markiplier, but when I see him on Larry King, I'm like, what are you doing there?
What's Larry King?
Is that a serious question?
That's a serious question. I have no idea who you're talking about.
He was a famous interviewer for CNN.
Okay.
Like his career like dates back to like the 80s, I think.
Okay.
Or even further.
Yeah, he's an
He's
older
like
guy.
he's like in his 90s.
Yeah.
So then you have this like 90-year-old like former CNN reporter
Talking to
sitting at a
20-something.
table like, so what's a Let's Play? And he just
They get a box of toys.
Yeah.
They open it up and pull it out.
Yeah.
They make $22 million a year.
Yeah.
Why do people want to watch this?
and like I feel bad.
I saw that clip. Oh my god.
And every time I see it, I'm like, just something here is not right.
Right.
Like this is incorrect.
Listen, I find
It's
it.
incorrect for both Larry King and it's incorrect for Mark.
We're talking about a different brand of celebrity here.
I find it hilarious when like YouTubers like do collaborations with celebrities and stuff. Because I remember Jacksepticeye did one with Ryan Reynolds when Deadpool 2 was coming out, and Ryan Reynolds was playing Deadpool the game, and I thought, okay, that was pretty cool. It's just awkward,
Oh, yeah.
you know, like it's just like you got two completely different celebrity types, two completely personalities.
Yeah, and some of them do it right.
Right, no, like they were cool guys, but like the chemistry was just kind of weird.
For example, and this is a little bit of a hot button between us, but I think it per se it pointed the way towards the future in some way. Like when Jack Black went on Markiplier.
Yeah, exactly.
To promote,
Goosebumps.
but also to make his son happy. And he had his shades on the whole time. He was wearing like a bathrobe. And
Right.
he seemed like he wanted to be anywhere else, and now he has a YouTube channel.
Right.
And it's like, what is going on?
You know, maybe he legit had a good time and the whole thing was just a meme.
I think maybe, but
Maybe.
like, I don't understand why.
Well, it's just, you know, the thing about Let's Plays is, though, the thing about Let's Plays is that the chemistry has to work.
Yeah.
If the chemistry doesn't work, it's not like a scripted thing. It's not like a TV show where like the actors may not like each other, but they can act. They can pretend to like each other on camera, and then behind the camera they can do whatever the f they want. With Let's Plays though, it's all out there. Like you have to have good chemistry with the person you're doing it with, or it turns out awkward, weird, and just not fun for anyone.
Well, you look
I
at
agree.
how Game Grumps does it. Game Grumps, like, I've seen a good bit of their guest grumps, and all of their guest grumps, like, there seems to be that, at least a little bit of natural chemistry there, and they've had a decent, good bit of natural chemistry.
I would.
It depends on who you're talking about. In a hypothetical situation, if this channel were to get to a point where we become that sort of corporatized structure,
I leave. Straight up, I'm not giving into
mean,
that system.
understandable having a day. But, like, I would understand that, yeah, Nick's in charge of the channel.
And he is.
But at the same time, I also wouldn't be afraid to sit there and look at Nick and be like, "Hey, Nick, no."
Well, that's why I appreciate about you guys. Like, I am working with people I genuinely like. I really like you guys. And I love making videos with you guys. And that's the thing, like, I can respect your opinions enough to listen to what you have to say. And, like, when we were filming today...
I'm totally failing through this.
Hold on. Hey. Okay.
Right. We should just stop it there.
Well, we've been going now for like 25 minutes, but I think this is one of our more intellectual episodes.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a good like sort of like Citizen Kane. It's our
Declaration of Principles.
and you know whichever one of us is going to be the Charles Foster Kane that immediately denies everything, and then
He's like,
the other
nope.
one can be the Jed Leland who mails it to him 50 years later and he rips it up to show the ultimate descent from his youthful idealism into his older corporate greed. Can
Right.
just, you know...
Yeah?
I really like that movie. So anyway,
I gotta pee.
and on that note, thank you all for watching this episode of Jacob's Gaming Weekend. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. You can be notified about when new videos come out. Smash the like button on the screen. You'll see more videos of Saturday Night Caffeine and more videos of this show. And we'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.
I promise not every episode is like this, but I do enjoy these episodes anyway.
I do too.